Assalamu alaikum. 6 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Sumera Kanwal. First headlines. Islamabad High Court will hear appeals filed by former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, Maryam Nawaz, and retired Captain Safdar against Avonfield case verdict from tomorrow. Election Commission says tampering with official documents by election staff will be a punishable crime. Speaking in the Senate today, members have demanded foolproof security to candidates and political workers in the run-up to election. In occupied Kashmir, Indian troops in their fresh act of state terrorism martyred another youth in Kupwara today. Turkish president and his US counterpart have discussed implementation of a joint roadmap in Syria's Manbij. At Bulawayo, Zimbabwe have set a victory target of 195 runs for Pakistan in second one-day international. And now the news in detail. Islamabad High Court will begin tomorrow the hearing of appeals filed by former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, Maryam Nawaz, and retired Captain Safdar against their conviction by the Accountability Court in Avonfield Apartments reference. A two-member division bench of the High Court comprising Justice Mohsin Ikhtar Kiani and Justice Mian Gul Hassan Aurangzeb will hear the appeals. Earlier, Nawaz Sharif, Maryam Nawaz and Mohammad Safdar today filed appeals in Islamabad High Court against their conviction by the Accountability Court in Avonfield reference. Khwaja Haris filed appeal for Nawaz Sharif while the appeal of Maryam Nawaz and Mohammad Safdar was submitted by Amjad Parvez. The appeals plead that the sentences given by Accountability Court to all the three convicts may be suspended and they be released on bail till final decision of the court. A petition has been filed in Lahore High Court seeking action against those who had attacked the Supreme Court 21 years ago. The petitioner has prayed that the court to bar the PMLN leaders involved in the attack from contesting the general elections. Shehbaz Sharif and Chaudhry Nisar have been nominated in the petition. The Election Commission has issued Code of Conduct for the polls campaign. According to ECP, candidates will have to end their election campaign 48 hours before the polling day. The campaign on media should also be ended on the midnight of 23rd and 24th of this month. Violators will be liable for 2-year imprisonment and 100,000 rupees fine. Election Commission of Pakistan says tampering with official documents by election staff will be a crime. Announcing punishment for fraud and dereliction of duty by election staff, ECP said those committing this crime will face 6 months prison and 100,000 fine or both. ECP said 2 years prison and 100,000 fine may be awarded for forcing the voters and influencing election results. Rising on a condolence reference with regard to Mastung tragedy, Senator Mia Raza Rabbani of Pakistan People's Party said it is caretaker government's job not to only hold free, fair and transparent elections, but also provide security to political parties, candidates and political workers. He said the lives of the leaders of major political parties are directly under threat. He said this while create political instability and chaos in the country. Senator Mia Atiq of MQM said many external actors, including Indian spy agency, RAW, are involved in sabotage activities in Balochistan. He said politicians have also been responsible to sit together to find a way to resolve the complex problems being faced by the country. Barrister Muhammad Ali Saif of the same party said our society has become hypocritical and no serious effort is made for resolution of problems. We must have strong introspection in order to lift our national spirit and character. Senator Parvez Rashid of PMLN said the state has failed in its responsibility of providing security to citizens as part of its social contract with the presidency. Parvez Rashid said the state's priorities and citizens' interests lack harmony. He said 16,000 political workers of his party have been arrested in recent days. Minister for Information and Broadcasting Syed Ali Zafar has said caretaker government is determined to hold transparent and peaceful elections in the country. Talking to media in Islamabad today, he said terrorists want to sabotage the election process in Pakistan through their subversive activities. Syed Ali Zafar said terrorists will not succeed in their nefarious designs and general election will be held as per schedule. This is Radio Pakistan. In occupied Kashmir, Indian troops in their fresh act of state terrorism martyred one more youth in Kupwara district today. According to Kashmir Media Service, the youth was killed during a violent operation by Indian Army in Safawali Gully area of the district. 2 Indian troops were injured in an attack during a cordon and search operation in the same area. The All-Party Hurriyat Conference, in a statement issued in Srinagar, has strongly condemned the summoning of an accredited journalist, Aqib Javed, by the Indian National Investigation Agency to New Delhi, terming it a ploy to frighten the journalist fraternity. The All-Party Hurriyat Conference appealed to the United Nations Human Rights Commission to take cognizance of the plight of Kashmiri resistance leaders lodged in Delhi's Tihar jail. The troops arrested 3 youth, Shakir Padar, Sahil Ahmed Wani, Suhail Ahmed from Hef and Malader area of Shopaiya district. The detained youth are brothers of martyrs Saddam Padar, Nasir Ahmed Wani and Irfanul Haq. Police arrested over a dozen teachers of private schools in Baramulla town on the allegation of having sympathies with the ongoing freedom movement. Police also arrested liberation leader Mushtaqul Islam during a raid on his house in Baramulla, Srinagar. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and US President Donald Trump held a phone call today and discussed the importance of implementing the joint roadmap in Syria's Manbij. Under a deal reached between the 2 countries last month, the Syrian Kurdish YPG militia would withdraw from Manbij and Turkish and US forces would maintain security and stability around the town. According to a statement of Turkish presidency, the 2 leaders said the implementation of the Manbij deal would significantly contribute to the solution of Syria problem. The US has rebuffed high-level pleas from the European Union to grant exemptions to European companies from its sanctions against Iran. In a letter to European nations, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said the US rejected the appeal because it wants to exert maximum pressure on Iran. It said exemptions would only be made if they benefit US national security. The EU fears that billions of dollars worth of trade could be jeopardized as a result of Washington's new sanctions. In Afghanistan, 7 police personnel were killed in Taliban attack of Ghani Khail area of Nangarhar today. Germany's Foreign Minister Heiko Maas said that Europe cannot rely upon US President Donald Trump and needs to close ranks after the US President called the European Union a foe with regard to trade. In an interview with the newspaper in Berlin today, he said that we need to align ourselves more closely in Europe to maintain partnership with the United States. In India, over 20 people have been injured after a tent collapsed during Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's rally in Midnapur district of West Bengal. The Indian Prime Minister escaped unhurt in the mishap. In the second one-day international at Bulawayo, chasing a victory target of 195 against Zimbabwe, Pakistan were 122 for 1 in 22 overs a short while ago. Earlier, Zimbabwe were all out for 194 in 49.2 overs. Usman Shenwari took 4 wickets for 36 runs. Pakistan are leading the 5-match series 1-0. And finally, the weather. Rain, thundershower with gusty winds is expected at scattered places in Islamabad, Rawalpindi, Gujranwala, Lahore, Malakand, Hazara, Mardan divisions, and Kashmir during the next 24 hours. The rain may also occur at isolated places in Sargodha, Faisalabad, Sahiwal, Multan, Bahawalpur, Dera Ghazi Khan, Peshawar, Kohat, Bannu, Dera Ismail Khan, Job, Kalat, Mirpur Khas divisions, Fata and Gilgit-Baltistan. Heavy falls also expected at a few places in Rawalpindi, Gujranwala, Hazara divisions and Kashmir. However, very hot and humid weather is likely elsewhere in the country. To end the news, here are some of the headlines once again. Islamabad High Court will hear appeals filed by former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, Maryam Nawaz and retired Captain Safdar against Avonfield case verdict from tomorrow. Election Commission says tampering with official documents by election staff will be a punishable crime. To Bulawayo, Zimbabwe have set a victory target of 195 runs for Pakistan in second one-day international. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and also watch live streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/radio Pakistan News Official.